We're back. Woo!
Hello, hello.
I'm a killer, never vanilla. The amazing Drusilla.
Who sent that in?
Karen Fine. Thank you, Karen Fine. Lots of care in that fine sign-on. Hee hee. We're going to discuss the episode Ted. Don't be tedious. Tedious? I hope not. Shall I go into some BTS? Just don't be too protracted. Make it abbreviated, or I'll get aggravated, and you might need to be annihilated. No pressure or anything.
Yeah, let's jump into some BTS.
Without further delay, it's BTS, behind Ted's shenanigans. John Ritter plays Ted. He is best known for Three's Company. In Sling Blade, he played against type, and he is doing that again here. He is such a great casting idea because you don't see him coming. He's affable, he's likable, he's mainstream. It seems like he may be a new series regular or a recurring character, Joyce's new boyfriend. Expectations are always being subverted on this show. And this is another great example of that, especially because he was a known actor, which also leads the audience to believe that Ted is going to be around for a while. The pack from Season 1 has a number of nods to Three's Company. The zoo sequences mirror the Three's Company Season 6 through 8 opening titles. In the pack, Xander is wardrobed like John Ritter's character Jack is in those titles. Tex Ritter, John Ritter's dad, was a pioneer of American country music and an actor. Tom Whedon, Joss Whedon's dad, was a screenwriter and producer known for his work on television programs such as The Golden Girls, Benson, Alice, It's a Living, and The Dick Cavett Show. Whedon began his career as one of the original writers on the 1955 television series Captain Kangaroo. He won a Primetime Emmy for The Electric Company with Jim Henson. He received 2 additional Emmy nominations for The Golden Girls and 2 Daytime Emmy nominations as well. Tex and Tom may have worked together in early days. Tex, Tom, and now Ted. Oh my. Cute Wizard of O, ref. What are you doing? It's trouble with a capital T. Oh boy. Oh, we got trouble. Right here in Sunnydale. With a capital T, and I say that's T, and that stands for Ted. Didn't the master have a rendition of You Got Trouble? Yes, great-granddaddy. I thought so. The master's masterful melodies, velvety-voiced vinyls. Another fun BTS thing is that this episode was shot during Halloween. Many of the cast and crew came to the set wearing costumes. Christine wore 1950s regalia like Ted's first wife, and Sarah came as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz along with her dog Toto. My Wizard of Oz reference was well timed. Yes, I need to tee off. Tex, Ted, Tom, and our little dog Toto. Too. All right, how about you tee off the synopsis, Sire Rebecca?
Synopsis. A brief summary or a general survey. Don't quote me, but I just love to compile, collate, posit, and then conclude. I'm summary gal. Yup, that's me.
I'll do my best. This episode finds Buffy longing for the simplicity of slaying vamps. When Buffy's mom Joyce starts being wooed by super traditional nice guy Ted, Buffy's instantly on high alert. But with Ted winning over the Scooby Gang, Buffy stands alone in the knowledge that Ted isn't what he appears to be.
Otherwise known as I, Robot, you Joyce. No. Yeah, all right. I, Robot, you Buzzy.
No.
When the robot was arrested, what was he charged with?
I don't know. What?
Battery. Hee hee. What is a robot's favorite loosen up drink?
What drink?
A screwdriver. Hee hee. Oh, let's drive right past that one and let's talk about the episode. Grave Robbers from Outer Space card game is the game where you create your own B-movie and have a blast doing it. I love my movie's title this round. The House of the Vampire Goddess and the Annihilation of the Naughty Minion. Since I'm not your minion, I like it too. All right. My cute vampire girl attacks your aged vampire hunter. Time to make him a ghoul to serve me. Diamonds are a ghoul's best friend. Come on, Drew. You always drag out your turn. I'll discard his sharp stake, but your cute vampire girl is now dust. Not so fast. I play Hiss and Flee, so she's safely back in my hand. Fair move. Secretly happy the vamp is okay. How many characters do you have left? 3. My prom queen, the bookish girl with no boyfriend, and a big bad wolf. Why? Oh, plot twist. The doomsday device goes off. Everyone dies. It's really weird, Drew. You always seem to get that one. I did say. Annihilation of the Naughty Minion. I'm not your minion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And guess what? What? I win. Again. The link so you can see how to play the game and get your own sets of cards is graverobbersgame.com. The 10% discount code for our listeners is Re-Vamped. All one word, small case, no dash as our title has. Just Re-Vamped for 10% off at graverobbersgame.com. Ted is written by David Greenwalt and Joss, directed by Bruce Seth Green. Xander and Willow are debating who has the power, the captain or Tennille. Do you know the reference?
Captain and Tennille were a husband and wife American recording duo whose primary success occurred in the 1970s. They have 5 albums certified gold or platinum and scored numerous hits in the United States singles charts.
Oh, that's a lot. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever. All together now, you lovelies out there too. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever. Some sweet talking girl comes along, singing a song. Don't mess around, you've just gotta be strong. Just stop, 'cause I really love you. Stop, I'll be thinking of you. Look in my heart and let love keep us together. Ba-da-da-da. Okay, thank you, Drew.
Amazing. The Captain and Tennille conversation at the beginning is Xander's way of discussing his new dynamic with Cordelia.
Ah, subtext. Good call.
There's a lot of it in this episode.
Yes. Xander also uses the term second fiddle. Do you know where that comes from?
Yes, the orchestra.
It's the musical hierarchy in orchestras, where the first violinist or first fiddle leads, and then the second violinist plays a subordinate supporting harmony role, a concept that figuratively transferred to everyday language by the 1800s. During Xander and Willow's debate, Buffy is distracted. She loves when things are quiet. Xander says Spike and I are out of the way. Tee-hee, or rather, hee-hee. It's such a great setup for meeting Ted, which, when it's revealed that Joyce is kissing Ted, is subverted, but that will be subverted yet again. John Ritter is just wonderful. Ted Talks. He. What? TED Talks. I learn a lot from those. Oh, I like those too. They're really inspiring.
I really enjoyed TED Talks too. The topics and the speakers I find really inspiring.
They have TEDx. They need TED V.
V?
The vampires, of course. Much needed. Of course. And TED E for bears. He. Oh. What I was gonna say is that Ted talks a good game. He knows how to charm each person. With Willow, it's talking computers. She makes such cute excitement sounds in that scene. It's funny because she says that she likes her new 9 GB hard drive. The 90s saw the launch of the first 1 GB drive. By 1997, a 9 GB hard drive was considered fairly high-tech. An 18 GB capacity hard drive was not launched until the 2000s. Now, you would be hard-pressed to even find a thumb drive as small as 9 gigs.
If you look at the lighting in this scene in the kitchen, having Joyce and Ted lit from underneath on one side while Buffy is getting 2 lights, I believe it's a spot and a fill light, you really get a separation. And it also gives Ted and even Joyce a bit of a sinister look to them.
It really does. And Buffy seems so glum. We think she's just the teenager who's uncomfortable with their parent dating, but maybe she's picking up on something more insidious. You think?
We are left to wonder if Buffy's Slayer senses are tingling, or, as Xander suggests, if he's not a creature, then maybe it's parental jealousy.
It's already moving to we, and that we being Joyce and Ted instead of the we being Joyce and Buffy. Buffy takes her aggression out on a vampire. Poor vamp. Well, Giles seems concerned about her.
As I said, there's a lot of double talk or misdirection in this episode. Buffy referring to Ted instead of vamps in conversation, just like at the beginning with the Captain and Tennille song.
Yeah. He also notes that vampires tend to resort to the easiest feeding grounds. And that is the same for abusers, which will come into play in this episode.
There's still a lot of tension between Jenny and Giles. Both are dancing between needing space and missing each other.
Jenny talks about something which can happen when experiencing grief. As time passes, people can feel pressure that others need them to feel better so that the other people don't feel bad. Jenny is saying, I don't feel better yet, and it's not my responsibility to feel better so that you can stop feeling bad. Then poor Angel. Buzzy buzzes on and on and on about Ted. Angel says that loneliness is about the scariest thing that there is. This is a powerful sentence, especially when feeling that way with other people around. Buffy and Angel have really become a couple.
While she's dressing his hand, she's nonstop going over everything about Joyce and Ted. But it's also the first time that we see them as just a regular couple.
Yeah, and he helps her work through where she is emotionally. At miniature golf, Ted keeps calling Buffy Little Lady. Xander makes a reference to the famous Latin phrase, Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. The phrase is popularly attributed to Julius Caesar, who used it in a letter to the Roman Senate around 47 BC, after he'd achieved a quick victory in his short war in what is now modern-day Zile, Turkey. Buffy is driven to cheat, which is not her usual mode of behavior. She takes a mulligan.
Yes, you could put it that way.
You're right, literally. That phrase is believed to come from golf. Did you know that?
I did with my little experience of golf.
Oh, do you know why?
No.
Canadian golfer David Bernard Mulligan took a correction shot in the 1920s after a bad first drive. Ooh.
This shows how off Buffy is around Ted.
The master was an avid golfer, taught me, and I have a 0 handicap. Now, the name Crazy Golf actually makes sense. There are hints peppered throughout this episode about what Ted really is. He uses the phrase that he's not, quote-unquote, wired that way. He uses a word I'm quite fond of. Which one? Malarkey. Malarkey is also peppered in. It's a word that smacks of another era, which will come into play later. The golf course has bright, sunny lighting, something the show uses in the non-demon/non-vampire world. It also highlights that monsters can loom in the bright daylight. They are in suburbia. They are everywhere.
During the whole outing at golf, Ted and Joyce stand on one side of the green looking conservative and buttoned up, while Buffy is dressed in a leopard print and showing a lot more skin. There's a lot of wonderful choices about costuming and position choices in the show, really highlighting in this moment division and rebellion.
I love that observation. It's so clear when you just even look at it with the volume off, you can see what's happening. The way he hits his leg with the golf club is super creepy.
It's the first sign of a glitch, and this episode has a lot of foreshadowing.
Now that's some malfunction malarkey. Yes. When the others arrive, he completely switches and he puts on his public face, his nice guy facade. Ted lives by a black and white morality, much the same as what Kendra struggled with last episode. Strict rules and physical threat can be the same, a method of patriarchal control over young women. Kendra got hers from the Watchers, a symbol of patriarchal control. Ted is himself the patriarch. We're beginning to see Ted is concerned about appearing good, but doesn't care about actually being good. Joyce takes Ted's side and goes by what he told her, not what Buffy tells her. This often happens within the family dynamic. The person a parent is dating or a step-parent is sided with over the child's very real assertions. The parent goes with what they want to believe, what serves them.
On one hand, you want the parent to be happy, but you can't negate the instincts of your child.
Not at the expense of your child.
Absolutely.
Joyce says that using the word love in relation to Ted slipped out. She's all aflutter and excited about him while explaining that she doesn't have a lot of choices. She's settling for someone because they're there. This can lead to unhealthy relationships with bad people, or, in this case, a bad robot. You're talking about Ted, not J.J. Abrams' production company. I am. Joyce is behaving like a Stepford wife. Later, we will come to find out that it's partly due to the cookies and the food he's been making. The Stepford Wives is appropriate to the robot theme. It is a satirical novel from 1972 by Ira Levin about women in a suburban town being replaced with their perfectly coiffed, subservient robot duplicates by their husbands who all belong to the local men's association. The men create perfect, automated homemakers. This concept became a cultural term for overly compliant wives. It was adapted into an iconic film in 1975. Later, in 2004, Nicole Kidman starred in another version. I came across the book in our guest bedroom when I was a kid, and I absolutely loved it. Shortly thereafter, I saw the original movie, which stars Catherine Ross and Paula Prentice. I loved it too. It's such a great, scary movie with a feminist track.
I've seen the movies, but I haven't actually read the book yet. But it's this idea that we should find happiness in perfection and that control equals this happiness. And we always find out that it's all an illusion. Control is an illusion. Why would we be so different and diverse if the idea was to just be like everybody else?
Yeah. And what is perfection anyway?
True.
And the pressure to be something more, something other than who we are, is a toxic and impossible pursuit.
And for some of the people, to be something less than what they are, too.
Yes, because I think it's like a cookie cutter conforming and fitting yourself into some tight, small mold.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, Buffy references the Stepford Wives a few scenes later. Joyce's messaging in the scene is, "It's your fault. Buffy, it's all because of you." This mirrors the nightmare Buffy had in Nightmares, the wrenching scene with her dad on the bench. We later find out the cookie food reason that Joyce sides with Ted. This rationalizing is something that happens all the time with abuse. It is potent that it is shown here, and I find it really hard to watch.
It gives a whole new layer to the warning not to take candy from strangers.
Yeah, don't take cookies pizza or
Pizza.
beef stroganoff from strangers.
It's funny, growing up, my grandmother used to say, if you get offered food at someone's house, you politely decline unless you really know them because you never know what the intentions were behind when they were cooking.
Ooh. Dev always says you can really feel when a meal is made with love
Absolutely.
and that you can taste it. And clearly, Ted's just needing to spike it to get that result. Willow and Xander are still eating Ted's cookies when Buffy goes to them. No one is listening. She does go on a bit. Another reason that John Ritter is such good casting is his casting not only plays with our expectations based on our perceptions about his character on Three's Company, who was a nice guy, but Jack Tripper was a chef, and Ted has fantastic cooking skills. Come and knock on my door. We've been waiting for you. Where the kisses are J's and R's and mine. We are Three's Company too. Cute. We are Three's Company, the three of us.
I like that.
They do. Another robot hint is dropped about Ted at his office.
His coworkers call him the machine.
Drusilla, what are you doing now? The robot dance. Let's all do it. Listeners, too. This is an audio podcast.
There'll just be silence if we...
Good point. I shall fix that. La, 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 la. Gyrations aside, the board at work shows Ted B is the primo salesperson. Ted B makes me think of Ted Bundy, a killer whose outward appearance fooled a lot of people. Like our Ted here in the episode.
That's a nice touch. I didn't think about that.
The picture Ted has of Joyce on his desk has Buffy folded out of view. We saw the full picture on the fridge earlier. This is a great physical representation of what's happening, of the dynamic he's creating. Buffy is being pushed out.
If there were no other red flags, this would be a huge one. Buffy is literally an obstacle.
Well said.
At dinner, when Joyce says, every home should have one of you, it reminds me of an appliance slogan from the 50s.
So much, and the 1950s theme is very strong throughout Ted. Buffy wants some vampire slaying action. She calls, "Here, vampires," like we're kittens. The lighting, or rather lack thereof, when Ted is in Buffy's room is ominous. He has read her diary and is not respecting any boundaries. He continues to demean her by calling her little lady. Right, would be much more respectful to call her big lady. Not what I'm saying. Buffy asks, how dare he? But he throws out that this isn't different from her snooping around his workplace. He blows through boundaries by turning it around, a classic narcissistic maneuver. This happens in abuse all the time.
If you're having an argument or even a conversation and the other person answers whatever you say with only their view or their story, they're making sure that you aren't heard. And when you aren't heard, you begin to doubt yourself, just like Buffy does later. Sometimes all you need is someone to say, I hear you.
So true. What did you say?
All you need is to be heard.
What? I can't hear you. He. Oh, classic. True. You're killing me. But seriously, back in the day, Angelus did loads of that mental torture on me, switching the rules on every game. I'm sorry, Drew.
Me too.
Ted's invasiveness reading Buffy's diary and then threatening her with a mental institution foreshadows, spoiler alert, thank you, foreshadows normal again, where Buffy comes to believe that she's in an institution. His speech encircles what this episode is about. At this point, we think Ted is human and nothing supernatural is going on. Being the Slayer, does Buffy have the right to kill an evil human? Is an evil human any less bad than an evil vampire or demon? Do you want to say it? Spoiler alert. This gets explored during the third season with Faith and Buffy's vastly different stances on what being a Slayer means. This episode lays the groundwork for that.
Ted slaps Buffy and they fight. Honestly, I loved it when she said she'd been waiting for that because, frankly, I think we all were.
Boom, bang, kapow. Thank you for the sound effects, Drew. Boing, kaplunk, gadzooks. I think we've had enough. Plus, those are more like Batman 66 than Ted and Buffy, I think. Buffy kicks Ted and he falls down the stairs. She's killed him. Like in the Dark Age, the police come into the story. This is another episode that centers around the adult's behavior.
We meet Detective Stein, who will recur on the show.
He is played by James McDonald. His debut role was in Last Exit to Brooklyn with Jennifer Jason Leigh. He's worked on and off Broadway and worked with directors John Woo, Clint Eastwood, Spike Lee, and Joel Schumacher. He also played porn star/poet Garth in Sex and the City. Buffy says even though Ted started it, she is the slayer, so she had no right to hit Ted like that. It makes me think a little bit of boxers. While it's a myth that they have to register their hands as weapons, courts have recognized their fists as potentially deadly weapons in assault cases, leading to more severe charges. Also, self-defense, which is proved by necessity and proportionality, is hard for a trained fighter to prove. Buffy is exploring the limits of her actions with humans. Angel embodies what Buffy is grappling with. You can never truly make amends for the lives that you've taken. Spoiler alert.
Buffy thinks she killed a human in season 6.
Yes. So here we see her so remorseful. She's depressed and she feels powerless.
This episode lets the viewer sit in the guilt of the possibility of Buffy hurting someone outside of the world she's traditionally fighting.
Her wardrobe even reflects this. She's wearing baggy overalls. Did you notice that?
Mm-hmm. The long sleeves, everything is weighted and heavier.
With the power she wields, she must be responsible for what happens with it. Ted is abusive, and we'll find out he's a murderer, and Buffy has a right to fight back. The point isn't necessarily that her choice is right or wrong, but that she chooses. As always on Buffy, the consequences often matter less than the choice. Buffy is evaluating herself. She has self-reflection, which Ted does not have. Abusers do not self-reflect. They deflect. They rationalize the unthinkable. Some of the themes in the episode include domestic violence, controlling behaviors, gaslighting, and misogyny. Xander references his budding relationship with Cordelia with the comment he makes about Ted that sometimes he likes things that are not good for him.
Cordelia, in typical dismissive fashion, references Giles's past that was revealed recently in the Dark Age.
She says she understands what Buzzy is grappling with, having raised Igor to kill people. Igon, so wrong universe. Oh yeah, grrr. Xander starts acting Tedish, which is nothing like Drusidalicious. And Willow signals it may be the cookie that he's been eating. Sarah is so good in the scene with Christine. Buffy is suffering, but Joyce won't talk.
Willow analyzes the ingredients in the cookie. The setup she has is well beyond any high school I've ever seen.
It really is. I would love to have that setup. Cookie sleuth. She finds that Dematorin is in the cookies. Dematorin is a fictional tranquilizer which shares components with ecstasy and keeps the user mellow and compliant. There is an actual veterinary tranquilizer, medetomidine, developed in 2007. It was found as a component in street drug mixtures in the U.S. starting in 2022. Such mixtures have been nicknamed Trank. On its own, it has been nicknamed Rhino Trank.
Giles is patrolling alone. Jenny arrives to talk, but is interrupted by a vamp.
And then cut to, here's Ted. Ted is back. Guess what he is?
What?
A reboot. Hee. That one's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The fight in the graveyard is intercut with Buffy and Ted 2, as I'm calling him, fighting, and so it cuts back and forth, not to be confused with that teddy bear movie, Ted 2, or with Paddington. Why is Paddington relevant? He's nefarious. Paddington? Only if you mean nefariously adorable. Who's this cute little guy? It's my Drac Spookling Bat plushie from Love Pollution, made by Daisy. Can I play with him? No. Dracky is still very shy and only likes me to cuddle him. Perhaps when he gets a little older, if you do some really good minioning. I'll be gentle and careful. Dear simple minion, I must say no. You are not versed in the ways of Love Pollution bats. Well, I really want one. Look at how well made it is. Every single item is handmade from the best quality materials. They're like special memories. Daisy has an array of other special products too. I'm looking on the site and there are so many cool products. Drew, they have one here called Spooky Doo Bat. Oh, and this one, Halloween Spookling Bat. Oh, I want to get this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Come, Dracky Bat. Our work here is done. Let me introduce you to Miss Edith. The website is lovepollution.com. Our listeners get 10% off with the code REVAMP10. All caps, no dashes, no spaces. REVAMP 10. Ted provides another robot clue. He mentions shutting down.
Buffy stabs him, and wires are revealed.
Ted is not the person everyone but Buffy thought that he was. In fact, he's not a person at all. John Ritter plays the short-circuiting so well. Why does Ted get angry?
Why does he?
Buzzy keeps pushing his buttons. He. Oh, why does Ted get boring?
All right, why?
He keeps droning on. He. Oi, you are not the person I thought you were is another theme here in this episode, as well as in the major story arc for this season. Spoiler alert. When Angel turns evil again, it's all about that. Then it's echoed when it's revealed that Jenny was sent there to keep an eye on Angel. Jenny's schedule. No. Okay. Jenny schedule.
No.
Also, with Spike's sense of betrayal and anger at Drew when Angel takes her attention away from him. Betrayal? If you're gonna go there, Spike allies himself and... Okay, enough spoiler alerts for now.
Cordy has compiled a file on Ted. She is officially part of the Scooby Gang now.
Willow, Xander, and Cordy break into Eddie's body shop, the address listed in the file as Ted's address. Willow sees that there are many marriage certificates in the folder. The first marriage is listed in 1957. There is no divorce paperwork. Cordelia notices that the rug is not in keeping with the whole place. It's a good catch because it reveals the trap door. The 50s home set is really cool. It's very Jetsons. 1950s is the perfect era for the pursuit of the subservient / stay-at-home wife. Ted is playing the 1950s ideal patriarch in the nuclear family, the breadwinner, the disciplinarian, the head of the table, except that he also cooks.
There are skeletons in his closet for real. I like that they didn't show us and left it to the imagination.
I like that too. It's like in Psycho, our imaginations can fill in much worse.
Absolutely.
The Sire is stating the obvious. Xander discovers Ted's first 4 wives in there. She's saying it that way because it's also a figure of speech. 4 wives in the pantry? No, skeletons in the closet. I like mine better. Yeah, yours is kind of better. Ted finds Joyce. To be continued.
The missing scene that could have been in this week's episode.
You know, there are lots of activities going on at this time of the year, but one you'll find uppermost in the minds of most people is building your own robot, a working facsimile of your loved one to replace and perfect them. Discover the difference. New Robo-Spouse can be your secret weapon. So much better than the real human thing. specially constructed to have no needs or opinions. Just attach these few simple parts, and presto, RoboSpouse is ready for you to dominate. Ah, listen to how easy it is to assemble RoboSpouse.
It only took me 15 minutes.
A mighty good idea for everyone looking to escape that pesky intimacy. Now stay tuned for tonight's popular programming, Ted's Tasty Treats, 50 Ways to Better Baking Through Pharmaceuticals.
Nom 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 narcotics, Ted's tasty treats.
Sponsored by Sterling Winthrop Laboratories and IBM.
Let's get ready to Buffy!
If you want to be considered as a contender for this season's trivia battle, please email revampedpod@gmail.com. Yes, be sure to include your name, where you weigh in with your number of watch-throughs, where you're located, something interesting about you, or something you think would be good to share, and
Your social media handles.
Revamptees, please correspond with me on our Patreon page, Revamped with Juliet Landau, on Twitter, @Juliet Landau, on Instagram, @Juliet_Landau, and on the Fans of Juliet Landau Facebook group, or Juliet Landau official Facebook page. Patreon peeps to be read in the credits: Dave Hall, Fawny June Kendall, Daniel Harbour, Louise Brennan, Brandon Key, Cameron Burton, Donnie Ruskin, Madeline Pruitt, Marion Stevenson, Antonio H. Gutierrez, and Bobby Pelham. It makes all the difference because we cannot keep making the show without you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Until we meet again.
See you next time when we do it again. Do it again. Until then, rewatch, revamp, reinvent, and be remarkable you.